Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along then to the Bravo Racing League for the first time here ever on the Jack Crossley Comms channel, and of course live here for the first time ever on the JCC Network channel 2. Bit of a rushed one tonight, so I do apologise about the qualifying being missed for the first few minutes of the session, but it is the final round of the season then, ladies and gentlemen, with 11 drivers joining us tonight, and I am incredibly unprepared. I've literally just jumped in, not knowing that I'll be doing this, because unfortunately commentator JP's had a bit of a mishap with the game, but I'm sure he will get that sorted. 13 minutes of qualifying to go then, ladies and gentlemen. I do need to quickly read up about if the championship has been won, if that's going to be won tonight. I'm assuming, given that Ollie has wanted to commentate tonight, I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of championship ending tonight, but we will find out about that. Bear with me 2 seconds while I just send in the link to the chat for everybody. So let's have a look then. Results from the... Okay, the results haven't been posted for a while, never mind. Let's have a look at the drivers and constructors then. Okay, so the Drivers' Championship has been sealed by Jamie B then, who is here tonight, down in 7th position without a time on the board. But he, of course, driving for the Ferrari team, and 152 points, 41 points difference to Milan behind. But I think the championship is still on between Milan and Adam. That could be something to look out for. Is Milan or Adam even here? I'm not entirely sure. Milan is. I'm not too sure. Adam is as well, down in 10. Yes, of course. There we go. So, championship between 2 and 3 in the drivers is still on. Constructors has been wrapped up by Ferrari as well. So, unfortunately, no big titles to play for today. It is just your standard, second places and third places that we are just running for today. But anyway, let's get into the qualifying then, shall we? Ollie in the Mercedes. He currently is the fastest man on the board with a 1 minute 23. 1 now as he crosses the line again and goes even quicker than the previous time around. 1:23.1 is a pretty fast time then for Ollie in the Mercedes. Behind that is Shaggy in the Racing Bull, 1:23.7. The pole margin right now, 0.6 of a second. It is absolutely massive up at the front right now. Can that be closed down? We will find out in due course. Qualifying still with quite a few minutes to go. Milan's going round again with a 1:24 flat at this moment in time. But I'm not entirely sure if he is going to be able to improve. As DLR, what a time. What an absolute time that is. 1:22.2. And he goes quicker than Ollie. Into P1 goes the Alpine. Provisional pole then in the final round of this season for the Alpine driver. That is a very strong time then. Very, very strong time. And I'm not too sure if that is going to be beaten. Really good stuff from the man up at the front. Ollie gets dropped down to 2nd place. Shaggy in 3rd then. Milan down to 4 now. 5 is Gav. 6 is Adam. 7 is David. 8 Wesley. 9 Jamie B. 10 Shazza. And 11 is Kimmy. 11 drivers, of course, that are joining us tonight. And only 8 of them have set times right now. Waiting for the World Championship leader and winner of this season, Jamie B, to make his way through on the wet compound tyres. Maybe there's some sort of thing on up for grabs if you get a wet a wet time. I'm not entirely sure, unless this is just pure stupidness. I don't know. But he's fastest in the middle sector, apparently. What is going on? What is going on? How is he fastest middle sector? I do not know. But Jamie B heading around the track now in 9th position, still not set a time. Chazza is on his way around now then on the soft compound tyres. 8 minutes to go then here in Abu Dhabi, and he is going to head all the way down the back straight. I've got to say, I absolutely love this track. I really, really do, especially during Christmas time. It is definitely one to be at. I absolutely love it. It's so good. And it is a pleasure to commentate here tonight for Bravo Racing. It's been so long. It's been so long. I've never been able to commentate on this league, and finally we get the opportunity tonight. But Chazza on his go around then, down at the very back of the grid and showing very nice times at the moment. He's fastest in the middle sector, showing by the track map. It is purple sector 2, and he needs to try and continue the form through the final third then to get a decent time on the board. The ranges of times range from a 1 minute 22 all the way back to a 1 minute 36 from Jamie B on the wet compound tyres as Chazza rounds off the final 2 corners here in Abu Dhabi, the Yas Marina circuit as it is known. Can Chazza get a decent time? He gets on the second row of the grid. A strong time there, very strong, with 7 minutes remaining. Well, if you're in the chat then, everybody, let us know. It's quite quiet in here right now. Nobody's managed to get with us in the chat at the moment, which is a shame. But hopefully we can get some more in us with us soon. Very quiet, very, very quiet at this moment in time. But we have got Chazza cutting the corner then and making his way all the way down. Tiger B in the chat. Hello, mate. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully your day's been very nice. But anyway, to people that are just joining, this is, of course, a bit of a different one for me tonight. I'm live on both the Jack Crossley Comms and the JCC Network channel. This was usually going to be JP's commentary, but unfortunately his game is just, it's not working tonight. It really isn't working. And I jumped in very last minute. What league is this, mate? It is called Bravo Racing. It's the final round of the season, mate. Yes, Bravo Racing, and like I said earlier, I'm so glad to be commentating here. It's been such a while, such a long while, and I'm glad to be finally doing it. Shaggy with a 5-place grid penalty then. Just here in qualifying, there's a few drivers on their out laps then. There's a couple in the pit lane, and there is a few out on laps as well. One of them is Chazza, who we saw go for one earlier on, and clearly looking to go for one more. Has he got anything in store for us today then? He is a 1/10 of a second down into the first sector, but that time can easily be found then with a few good corners, heading all the way down the back straight. The guy behind him might pick up a bit of a slipstream. The Racing Bull, who does get deposited down a place then with Adam Foran over the line, goes into 4th position here today. Chazza in 3rd, making his way through the chicane. The fuel lights on, running as light as a feather in this Racing Bull and pushing like an absolute madman to try and get a better time on the board. 3rd place right now and at the top of the 2nd row, but of course he wants to be on that very front row, starting this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the final round of the season here in Bravo Racing. And the Racing Bull looking like it's going to be a very decent time at this current moment. Can he continue this form though through? He's in the final sector now, around the final few corners, getting very close to the wall there, but a slight slipstream from the Ferrari in front, and he goes into the pit lane unfortunately, and Chazza will not be making any improvements this time around. Ollie is on a flying lap as well. He's in 2nd place and hunting down for pole. He's quite a big gap away from DLR up at the top. Can Ollie take this away from the Alpine though? He crosses the line, improves by 4/10 of a second, but it is not enough for pole, and still quite a few attempts then off that provisional pole position. There's still a big gap there unfortunately, and you know, can he get up there? Can he find enough time to potentially be on pole position? We shall find out. I see Ollie was joining us in the chat there. It's good to see you, mate. Of course, the man that is in 2nd place right now and league owner here in Bravo Racing. So if you're interested in getting involved, he is definitely the man to speak to about that one. We've got Gav then in 8th. He's with a 1 minute 24, 198. An 8th position for him, and unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to try and improve this time. I think he's on a lap now. He is on a lap, so we'll see what you can do. As Adam Foran does retire from the session in P5, so defenceless in his position, and a big risk actually here of being overtaken in this qualifying session and dropping down to the back of the grid, given that it is quite a short, quite a short list of drivers tonight, unfortunately. But of course, we saw Ollie second place, then third place Shaggy, 4 is Chazza, who exits the pit lane again on brand new softs, you can only assume, and he is very eager, very eager to put a faster lap on the board. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this will be his day. 4th place right now, gets dropped down another position, deposited down by his teammate Shaggy, who goes even quicker. 2 minutes and 54 seconds left on the clock for qualifying then, and Kimi in the Alpine heading through the first set of corners. Possibly on the lap here, I'm not entirely sure. No ERS mode set for him. He's definitely not on a lap. Backs off there. Milan into the first corner. Hot lap mode activated. The rears slide out a slight bit there, but he tries to keep it central and on the circuit here. Heading round and all the way down then in towards the left-hander hairpin for Milan. 2 minutes to go, and this time is definitely going to be a very important one indeed. Ollie up in second place. DLR up in P1 and not looking like he can be beaten. Milan's down in 7th position right now with a 1 minute 24 flat. 2 seconds away nearly is DLR. These times are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. But can Milan do anything about that one then? Through the chicane he goes, here in the Yas Marina circuit. What a track it is. It's absolutely sensational. And wow, just wow. I mean, the Alpine up at the front. Jürgen is absolutely insane, bro. He is, says Jamie B. He's looking incredible. Jamie, it's good to see you in the chat, mate. I assume, apparently you're world champion, I think. World champion this season. Well, well done to you. As we've got Milan heading his way around the final few corners. He says, yes, good stuff, mate. Well done. Your team as well, taking the constructors. Milan round the final 2 corners then here today. What can he do today on time? Milan from P7, will it be an improvement? Only 1 place gained into P6 then for Milan today. But if you're in the chat, everybody, make sure you stick around in the JCC network. We are very, very close to getting the getting affiliates on Twitch, and we need 3 more days with a average viewers of 3 people. So if we can keep that up, today, that'll be absolutely mega, and hopefully help us get us there. You know, only nearly 2 weeks into the JCC network. Not really long ago we started this, and it's going quite well so far. Unfortunately, a mishap today with JP, but that is just, you know what technology is like. It can be a pain in the backside sometimes. But Ollie is out there again. The fuel light is on, and I'm not entirely sure if this is a push lap for him. The overtake's activated, the DRS activated too, and this is looking like a bit of a lap for him then, isn't it? Heading down into turn 9, I believe, here in Abu Dhabi. And 20 seconds left of this session then, so the final times are going to be starting to get punched onto the board now. As Ollie in second place, and this is his only chance now of getting on pole position. He, of course, really is going to want that one here in his own racing league. Jamie B then retires from the session. Adam Foran and Shaggy all retire too. Ollie round the final few corners then, ladies and gentlemen, for his final time of the evening. Can it be pole? It goes into the pit lane. Pole position is not on the cards. Chazza on potentially, and never mind, that is it for Chazza in third place. Kimi not on the lap then. Jürgen heading round, and he's improving even more. This man, I mean, I was not expecting any more, but this is just incredible. He is going even quicker, ladies and gentlemen, on this lap around in the Alpine. What a fast driver. What a fast driver he is so far, improving very good. But is his race pace the same as qualifying pace? We will find out about that. Jürgen in the Alpine then, heading round the final few corners, and very close to the wall there as he rounds off the final corner here in Abu Dhabi for the final round of the season. The final few times are coming in. Will Jürgen improve his time? He spins his rears, but he doesn't improve there. He's nearly down by 1/10 of a second. But to replicate that time is just madness. And Jurgen 1, Ollie 2, Chaz 3, Kimi then will not improve in 4. And your pole sitter then for the final round of Bravo Racing, ladies and gentlemen, is Jurgen in the Alpine. What a time that is. Really good stuff. Incredible. The pole margin is absolutely huge. And I hope you enjoyed that so far, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is the Grand Prix. But just before that, we will have your post-qualifying results. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, for the qualifying here in Abu Dhabi. It is Jurgen on pole position by a whopping 3.5 tenths of a second. Brilliant stuff from him. Then second place, joined by Ollie on the front row of the grid. Then it's Chazza 3, Kimi 4, Shaggy 5, Adam 4 and 6. 7 is Milan, 8 is Gav, 9 is David, 10 Wesley, and 11 is Jamie B. 2 Ferraris round off the back of the grid in 10 and 11. And of course, they are the Constructors' World Champions this season. Jamie B takes the drivers. As we get ready to go racing soon, the Grand Prix is up next. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going very, very shortly. We have been told we're going at 48, and it is now exactly 48. 6 people in the JCC network stream. It's good to see you all in here tonight. Hopefully you're looking forward to the final round of Bravo Racing here in Abu Dhabi, and of course approaching the Christmas season. I absolutely love Abu Dhabi, such a good track. As Jürgen in the chat, F my lap, he says. Mate, I was gutted for you. It was looking massively quick. You were quick anyway, but you had some improvement in there. It's such a shame. But I'm looking forward to see how well you perform in the Grand Prix tonight, which is coming up literally in a few moments' time. Very nearly the time. Would have been a 21.8, I reckon. That is mad. Absolutely mad. You're very quick, mate. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, on the grid. The formation lap begins with the 11 drivers here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Jürgen off the line then as the pole sitter, weaving to get the tyres into the optimal temperature range. Ollie then starts on the front row of the grid with him alongside in second place. The second row of the grid is Chazza and Kimi, 3 and 4. Adam Foran and Milan, the 2 Hasses, line up in 5 and 6. 7 is Gav then, 8 is David, 9 is Wesley, and 10 Shaggy. 11 Jamie B, the World Championship leader and World Championship winner, starting from the back of the grid today, and I'm looking forward to see, you know, if he can make his way through the pack quite easily today, or if he struggles. I don't think he'd be struggling too much, to be absolutely honest with you, given that he's the World Championship winner this season, the World Champion. But we will find out as the final round, of course, is about to get underway. 10 rounds then. No, 9 rounds we've had. This is the 10th round of the season. And I've known about Bravo Racing for so long. I've known the people in it for a long while as well. But today has finally come the day where I can commentate on that league. It's been such a long time. I'm so glad to be able to do it tonight. And hopefully for the people that aren't watching the stream at the moment, hopefully they enjoy the watch back of it later on, of course, after that has happened. But hopefully these guys give us a nice race. Harry in the chat. Hi, mate. It's good to see you, mate. It's been ages. It's been so long. How you doing? Wow, it's been a long time. Good to see you, mate. But yes, Chazza heading round into the final few corners, and we'll be lining up on the grid. Not racing because I've not got room for a rig in my uni accommodation. Ooh, that is a shame. That is a shame. Lining up on the grid then for the drivers, everybody. People that are just joining us in the chat, I'm live on the JCC network because this would have normally been covered by one of my commentators that work underneath my branding, but unfortunately he had to back out very last minute because his game wasn't working too good. I am here though to do it all for you, and Jürgen at the front of the grid for the final round of Bravo Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Here in Abu Dhabi as the drivers await the lights. 5 lights ahead of the drivers then. Held for a long time, but it's lights out and away we go for the final round of the season. Jürgen, of course, off the line incredibly well into the first corner. Ollie into second place then, holding it quite well. Chazza coming in third with Kimi, looking like he's going pretty fast all the way down in towards turn 5, and maybe a move here on Chazza if he keeps it up. Wing damage there from one of the drivers heading down into the left-hander. Here comes a move up the inside line then. The Alpine tries a move on Chazza. Kimi goes into third place then, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a move as well heading all the way up towards the left-hand side. Can Chazza hold on to this one in third place? Through past Kimi, round the outside line he goes. He takes third place for now. The Haas cars then are battling it out, heading into the left-hander. The Haas goes deep of Adam Foran and his teammate Milan trying to fight back. Pit strategies on your screen as Milan trying to make a move back past his teammate into P5, and he does a very good job of that at this moment in time. He makes a move up into 5 and 1 place up from where he started. Here comes Kimi then on the backside of Chazza to try and possibly get ahead. The top 4 all in the same place as where they started. As also Jamie B then, who started from the back of the grid. He's up to 8th position at this moment in time as Wesley loses his rears and drops to the back of the grid. David Cottle moves up to P10. Gavin 9 then, with Jamie gaining on Shaggy to make a move into P7 on the first lap of 29. Will Jamie be able to make this move through? Fastest lap for Jürgen then, as Jamie does take off the bollard there. He's going to carry on down in towards the first corner. Can't make a move here yet on the second lap of the Grand Prix. But he has made up many already. 3 places up, 8th position right now. As purple first sector for Jürgen, and already running our way with this then. 1.5 seconds, 1.6. I think we're going to get a big margin then up at the front of what Jürgen's going to win by. You know, this is looking good, looking very good indeed. As we head down in towards the left-hand side, and Shaggy gets ahead of Adam Foran here, and possibly a move here with a Ferrari of two of Jamie B, who gets through to 7. The V-carb in front of him runs it a bit deep, but now the Haas car trying to get a taste of this one. Adam Foran up the inside line, Jamie trying to take it back, and he does take it back for now. But how long will this be for, as Adam in the Haas is adamant to get ahead up the inside line? Can he try and get through past this Ferrari, sticking the car up the inside? I didn't even know there was a gap there, but he still put it there, and the Ferrari left him a bit of room. They continue fighting through, but Jamie beats him to it. Up the inside, Adam tries, but no room. No room for that move to stick on the second lap of 29. Whoa. What a start to this race then. What a start to this race, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest lap for Jürgen. He's a fast driver, very fast driver. Do not underestimate him. Off the track goes the V-carb there of Shaggy, I believe that was, who continues on into the first corner. All the way down, all the way up at the front, sorry, is Jürgen with a 1.5 second advantage to Ollie behind, who's keeping that distance maintained pretty well, to be fair. We've been at that same distance for 2 laps now, and it hasn't really fluctuated too much. Does occasionally drop down to 1.3, and it does go up to 1.7 now and then. But on the whole, Ollie's keeping it pretty well. Chazza is behind that by 2.3 seconds on lap 3 of 29. It's Kimi through, and this could be a move here with the Haas as well. Up the inside there, I thought he was going to try it, but he didn't this time. Well off wide there goes Kimi. Kimi loses one place. He's going to lose another one too. Chazza here, then Kimi goes off the runoff as they continue on all the way down in towards turn 9. Very nearly 3 abreast coming up here then as Kimi has to drop back, unfortunately. And Milan, P4, Chazza into 3rd. Harry in the chat, we're back in a few seasons, April. Fair enough, mate, fair enough. As lap 3 of 29 is going to start lap 4 of 29 is Jürgen the man in front, and now that gap has got bigger and extended to 2.1 seconds, which is pretty damn good for the man up at the front, and extending that margin means, you know, he's got a very good chance at taking this race win today. He really, really has. 2.5 seconds then is that gap. We head down the first back straight with Milan on Chazza, the Racing Bull and the Haas car going at it again. Milan for an inside line here to take 3rd place in the race. Can he try and get ahead? He can get ahead then into P3. Milan with a great move, but can he hold that one? Chazza now trying to fight back, taking the better lines. Off goes wide Milan. Here comes Chazza up the outside, and he just fly back through to P3. The battles are not over yet then, ladies and gentlemen, between Chazza and Milan as they continue to fight each other down into turn 9. And this is not over yet. This Haas livery, by the way, is absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. Very nice indeed. As they head through the final few corners here in Abu Dhabi on the 4th lap now of 29. Chazza in P3, still holding on to this one pretty well. The final spot on the podium and holding it like his life depends on it. Ollie in 2nd now, dropping back gradually to Jürgen, but he isn't dropping back to the guys behind. So that is a positive thing for him to hear. The Haas then follows through with Chazza, and we look for another move here down the back straight. We've seen it many times today, and I think it might just happen again as the Haas of Milan on Chazza up the inside line, and he does get through to P3 once again. Are we going to see the same thing repeated here with Chazza, who takes a better line through the chicane and then opens it up for him up the inside? Definitely not this time. Not this time around. Milan is going to hold that third position as of now, but is it going to stay the same way? It is. Chazza cannot reach him. He cannot reach him in time for a move there. And Kimi with front row seats to the action that's unfolding in front of him. Behind that then comes Shaggy and Jamie B, of course the championship winner. Jamie B, the world champion of this season. He's up 5 places since lap 1. He's really having a good start. Of course, he was out of position there. The back is off the track, goes Adam forehand then, trying to get himself back on as Gav leaving him no room there. The Mercedes goes through. Adam on the back foot a bit. As Jürgen leads by 2.9 seconds, and this man, 3.1 now, he is absolutely flying. If you're in the chat still, everybody, give us a race prediction. Where do you think the drivers are at the minute? Who do you think's going to win this race? I think it's quite clear, but I'd love to see some bold predictions, see if that can come to life. As Shaggy does get into 6th place now, ahead of Jamie B. Jamie must have tried his luck to get past him, but just wasn't available for him just yet. Here comes Jamie B, and then on the backside of Shaggy, round the outside line, he goes into 6th position. They go level pegging round the turn 9. Who's going to get out ahead? Shaggy gets the inside line, but Jamie B is going to be open to the inside here. Will he get ahead? The Ferrari is going to try his absolute best to stick his car there and block him off wide. The V-Carb has got no road left to drive on. He's now on the inside and contact is made. The V-Carb goes around everybody. The Ferrari continues on of Jamie B, and Shaggy gets spun around a little bit there, unfortunately. Back on the track now, but he's now at risk of being overtaken by Adam and Gav, who are right on the rear end of him. Shaggy now, of course, we know his pace. He can try and extend the gap from the guys behind, but it is not looking promising. Off the track there goes Shaggy again, well off the track. Has to conduct himself and get himself, you know, back into working order now, as here he comes all the way down the back straight. Kimi gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting then, and that will be the first time penalty of the day for Kimi, which I'm quite impressed about. Very nice. I've seen leagues a lot worse than that. As locking up goes Jürgen, he's 3.3 seconds out of the pack at the minute. It's the medium tyres, of course. Majority of the drivers are on. A few drivers are on the hards as well, but majority of the drivers are here on the mediums today. Strategies, I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at. I did say the 2-stop and 3-stop, but I can only assume a lot of drivers are going to try and hold out that 1 stop today. Unless that's not possible around here in Abu Dhabi, we will find out what the drivers' capabilities are as Jürgen heads down into the left-hander hairpin. Ollie is 3.7 behind. Milan's behind that in 3rd position at the moment, then on the final spot of the podium, and built up quite a nice gap to Chassa behind. There's a 1.8 second gap now between them. There's Kimi behind that, and Jamie B comes in 6th position with a 3.8 second gap to Kimi in front. And of course, Kimi has got a 3-second time penalty, so if he can make up that 0.8 of a second, Jamie is in for P5 at this moment in time. Still early stage of the Grand Prix though. So unfortunately the action has died down a little bit then here in Bravo Racing, but I'm sure pit stops will be coming in soon enough. On the 8th lap now of 29, your half race distance then is looking like the middle between 14 and 15 on laps. I actually had a commentary last night, I think, which was exactly 29 laps as well, which was quite fun. 29 laps is quite a nice number, of course. I know it is measured on how long it actually takes to get around this track, but 29 laps normally feels fairly decent. 20 laps remaining then. We've had 9. And into the pit lane goes Chazza and Jamie B, Shaggy, Adam Foran as Gav continues on. And we've got 4 drivers then with their pit stops coming in now. New tyres going on for all of them. Chazza then goes on to the brand new hards. Shaggy in the pit lane now with brand new hards on as well. And looking like the new hards going on for the Haas. Everybody putting on brand new hard compound tyres. Apart from this man, Jamie B, who goes on to the mediums. I love how everybody's using the alternate liveries here today. The Haas car in that livery looks absolutely amazing. The Ferrari of Jamie B using the alternate livery too. That looks amazing as well. Really, really nice. But if anyone's in the chat that knows, does Bravo Racing, everybody, have a few weeks off after the season ends, or are you just going to kick-start it again next week or the week after? How does it normally work with you guys? Is it, something you prepare for and wait quite a few weeks or months, or do you just go straight into it? You have to let me know. Jürgen then goes into the pit lane. He now makes his pit stop, 2-second gap to Ollie behind, who now gets past. Jürgen in the pit lane going in for brand new hards, I assume. And now I'm assuming he's going to try and take these till the end. Lap 10 of 29, then Shaggy getting ahead of David Cottle here. Then Shaggy goes into 8th position out of that corner there, and David goes down to 9. Gavin 10, Wesley, the driver at the very back of the grid, unfortunately, at the moment, in the Ferrari. And, what's worse about it is this man's team is the Constructors' winning team. But has he gone into the pit lane yet? He has gone into the pit lane, 3 laps to go. So we'll find out if he can get himself back up the order, but right now it isn't looking that promising. As Adam Foran then in 7th to catch Jamie B if possible. But Jamie is absolutely rapid. Lap 11 of 29. Ollie is your race leader. As... What? Wow. Maury joins in the chat. What's good? A very good, mate. I've just checked on your stream. The amount of people that are in your stream is mad. What on earth? That is mad. It's like 9,000 people? Jeez. Hello. It's good to see you. Lap 11 of 29 there, ladies and gentlemen. 11 drivers in this race, of course. And Ollie, your race leader by 2.2 seconds at this moment in time. as the Haas of Milan is behind that with 2.2 seconds of a gap. Kimi in third. Jürgen 4 then. Of course, that man went into the pit lane. The drivers in front of him still haven't made their pit stop just yet. As Milan with a 3-second penalty. And then overtake happens then down this back straight. The main straight, sorry, as Jürgen goes into third. Right then, lap 12 of 29. Let's have a look at the pit stop situation, shall we? We've got Ollie Milan, Kimi and David Kottel, all drivers that are still needing to go into the pit lane, everybody. Apart from that, everybody else has made their first or last stop in this race, so that is quite exciting indeed. But I'm looking forward to see the remainder of the commentary. So remainder of the pit stops then coming in is now, here is your first one, Ollie into the pit lane. Crossing that line with a 2.6 second advantage that he had to Milan, as Milan now gets ahead. Shaggy with a 3-second penalty, and the Mercedes is in the pit lane getting on mediums again. So it is a 2-stop strategy for Ollie today. Is that going to work out for him? We will find out. Let's find out, shall we? Ollie heading out of the pit lane. The most amazing pit exit, in my opinion, under the bridge. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Out and onto the track in 5th position today on lap 13 of 29. Chazza then gets ahead in 4 and Kimi 2. Jürgen gets into 2nd place now, as Milan is the only driver up at the front that still hasn't pitted. Jürgen now is very close to him with a 4.9 second advantage, 4.9 second gap. But when Milan goes into the pit lane, well then Jürgen is going to be absolutely through and back into that race lead. So strategy working well for him right now. Chazza and Kimi swap around then as Kimi goes into the pit lane on lap 14. Brand new tyres for him. Is he going to go for the 2-stop strategy as well? Then he's on the medium compound tyres now. Left it another lap over what Ollie did. But no, he's going to go on the hard. So this could be a 1-stop here then if he makes it work. Exits the pit lane now in P5. Now P6. Oh, now down to P8. After it might be even P9. But he is going to cross under the bridge here and could get an advantage over the Mercedes to get out ahead of him out of the pit lane. The Mercedes trying to get ahead. I think he is going to get ahead as well. He does. The Mercedes is well through there and ahead then into P8. Kimi comes out of the pit lane in 9. Milan is the last driver up at the front that needs to make a pit stop. David Kottel needs to make one too, but he is quite further down the grid. As we've got Milan then with a 1.4 second gap to Jürgen, and Jürgen is closing this down so crazily fast. He is a really good driver, really good indeed. And it's just wow. I mean, take a bow to him because this man is absolutely rapid in the Alpine, and the amount of time that he's gaining on every single corner is mesmerising as he heads into the final corner, into the pit lane. Then everybody goes Milan, and Jürgen continues on. He gets ahead and now leads the Grand Prix today. Milan goes on for new mediums. and exits the pit lane. Chazza and Ollie now get ahead in 2 and 3. Jürgen continues on as the race leader. It's going to be Jamie B in 5, the championship winner. Adam 4, and then to try and catch him in 6, but not able to do so right now, as Shaggy is right on the rear of that as well, as we are past the halfway point now, everybody, or we're on the verge of the halfway point now of this race. As here comes Adam 4, and then looking for that move up the inside line of Jamie B when possible, and he goes for it now. Will it be a move on the Ferrari? It will be a move onto the back straight, and he's through to P5. Now, the one space closer to his teammate. That was very short-lived, wasn't it? Because Jamie B gets back in front then, splits the two Hasses up, and says thank you very much, but that is not happening under my watch. Jamie B gets back through to 5. Oh, the Haas car then on the Ferrari there. The Ferrari nearly goes around. They both catch each other in a slide. Just about save it here is Shaggy up the inside now of Adam Foran. He's on the back foot. Can Shaggy try and get ahead? No, he cannot. Leaves the gap for Adam, and Adam takes it, says thank you very much, and runs away with it now. His back end is sliding out as they go into the final corner here in Abu Dhabi. In the pit lane goes Jamie B then on his medium compound tyres. It's going to be a 2-stop race for him today. Then he's already pitted once, goes in again. Gav now with a 3-second penalty. And it is 4 drivers as well with 3-second time penalties at the minute. Lap 16 of 29 in this race, 13 to go. And Jamie B is going to exit the pit lane now then, and heading round under the bridge. He's going to come out in P10 after making quite an early pit stop here, but going for the 2-stop strategy today. He exits the pit lane now side by side with the Williams of David Cottle, but will he get ahead of him up the inside with brand new tyres on the hards? He does get ahead, although they won't be in an ideal temperature window at the moment. He does get through. Here's Shaggy on the rear end of Adam Foran then, very close to the back end of him. Well, the 17th lap begins then with Jürgen. Look at the gap, 9.4. I mean, oh my, he is a fast driver in the Alpine, running away with this race in this moment in time, and it is not looking like anybody else is going to be able to win it, because look at this, 9.2 is the gap. You know, if he keeps building, he could get another free pit stop in here. He's going that quick today. Ollie in second place now then, and not able to catch him right now. Let's have a look at the time. Let's have a look at the tyres, shall we? Jürgen, and quite a lot of the drivers actually on the hards. There is a few on the mediums as well. It's very evenly split then. Into the left-hander goes Shaggy and Kimmy. Kimmy up the inside line, and fair play to him. He's made up quite a few places actually. He did come out of the pit lane very far down the grid, but he's redeeming himself up to P5 right now. There's a man behind him of Shaggy. He loses his footing. Here comes his teammate Chaz then. Up the inside line into P6. Gets a move done on his teammate. And fastest middle sector for him too. 11 laps remaining, ladies and gents. Shaggy with a 3-second time penalty, adding to the tally of all the drivers that have got one today. There's pit stop coming in here for Ollie then in the Mercedes, and he's going to get on some brand new hard compound tyres. That should be his last stop of the day. Oh, yellow flag set heading down into the left-hander. It's looking like Milan. A bit of a slide there, possibly with a back marker of Wesley Cottle it is. So a bit of a slide there. But recap on the season there, ladies and gents. But of course I wasn't here. but the Drivers' Championship awarded to Jamie B. Constructors' Championship awarded to Ferrari. So that is wrapped up today. Nothing really to play for, you know, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, unfortunately. But through goes Kimi into 4. Adam 4 and 5 tries to make his way through. Channels the slipstream all the way through here, but Chassa with a much better exit flies into P5. Adam 4 and loses out now on the back foot down into 6. Can Chassa now fight back to get up towards Kimi and get into 4th position? The absolute closing speed on that was incredible. Can he continue this through with 10 laps remaining? Into the final corner then, Jürgen starting, of course, the 19th lap, heading down the back straight at the moment in the Alpine. Milan in 2, Ollie in 3, then starting lap 19 at the minute. We've got Adam 4 and in 7 in the pits now, going on for new hards again. So that'll be his 2-stop strategy. As Jamie B picks up a 3-second penalty as well. No moves down the back straight here, but these guys at the back are pretty close of Kimi and Chaz in 4 and 5 at the moment. Are we going to get a move between these boys? I think it is pretty inevitable. I think we might get something like that soon. If you're still lingering about in the chat, then everybody, let me know. It's been a while, of course, but I'm hoping people are still sticking around here. As in the pit lane goes Jürgen again. He makes another pit stop, coming out now on the brand new mediums. And wow, I mean, I've got to say, everyone's pretty dead now. Milan is pretty dead. Jürgen is fast, and on the brand new medium compound tyres, he's going to catch 1.2 seconds in 9 laps. I am sure of it. I really, really am. A very fast driver that he is. Very fast driver. Down the back straight we go again then with Jamie B on the backside of Adam Foran, getting closer. The outside line is looking optimal for him at the moment. He does try and make the dive, but the Haas car just outbrakes him a little bit here to stay in front. The Ferrari takes a better line out of the exit of the chicane though, and now positions that Ferrari on the outside line to get ahead of the Haas. Side by side level, pegging down in towards turn 9. The Haas is out of sight, and Jamie B claims P6. Oh, Adam Foran loses his rears. Spins that car. P7 for him with 8 laps to go. Oh, battle for the race lead here then. Jürgen incredibly close to the Haas car. Looking for that outside line. Now dips it into the inside. And there's, I mean, wow. There's no match for him, and he gets right through to P1. Easy move then for Jürgen through past Milan. Into the hairpin we go. Jürgen running away with it again now. 1 second gap already built up then on half a lap around to Milan. And he's absolutely flying today. Thoroughly deserved this race win if he does manage to take it, because it has been a completely flawless weekend from him. He took pole in qualifying by 0.3 of a second, and it would have been a lot more than that if he managed to get that last lap piece together. But here he is then on the final round of the season. 2.7 seconds the gap to Milan, and Jürgen is absolutely flying away. I'm looking forward to see what kind of gap he can gain, you know, coming into the final few laps of this race. But now 6 laps to go. 7 laps to go, my bad. Kimi in the pit lane on the hards then, goes in for another stop. It's going to be the medium compound tyres he's going to be coming out with now, and he might just make it out ahead of the guys heading down the main straight now. They're all battling hard, and the Alpine might just about make it, exiting then under the bridge now. I think he's done it. I think this could be the Alpines now, then if he can continue this up. Looking good out of the pit lane. It's going to be very close coming out of here then. Side by side. Oh, contact made. The Haas goes around into the wall. Adam forehand then. The second time we've seen that Haas lose his rears, and this time ends in wing damage into the barrier, the end plate, and a lot of his front right wing completely gone there as he gets back on the track in 8, and now he's got big a big competition with Gav coming up behind him, soon to overtake, I'm sure. Here's Kimi then to get ahead of Jamie B, who managed to pass him down the straight just about, coming out of the pit lane. But can the Alpine fight back here on the Ferrari to regain 5th position, where he might have come out of the pit lane on? Up the inside line he goes on the medium compound tyres, braking harder then. Contact is made there on the Ferrari, side by side, exiting the hairpin here. Can the Ferrari fight back up the inside line? Beautiful livery on that car as they go wheel banging. It's side by side then heading into the left-hander. Can Kimi just about pull it ahead? I think he might be able to, and he can, through to 5th position today. Great move. As this battle is far from over then. Lap 23 of 29 with the drivers, as Jürgen is running away with this one so much. As lap 23 does begin with the drivers, and Jamie B to soon catch Kimi if he can try and continue this form the way he's been going all race. Down the back straight again now. Gaining and gaining then on the Alpine up at the front. Getting closer, but no move coming in for him there, unfortunately. Still waiting for it to happen as we head all the way out and down in towards the hairpin once again. We've seen many overtakes today. Jamie B is going to try and do it on the Alpine. He's going to brake late. Just about got ahead there, nearly. But the Alpine closes the door on him, and the Ferrari has to back out, unfortunately, on the 24th lap of 29. Jürgen then leads this race in the Alpine by 7.9 seconds. 8 seconds now is the gap. Milan's in 2 and not able to catch that at all, as they go side by side, then exiting and all the way up towards the left-hander. Ollie's going to try and take second place here off Milan. The Mercedes against the Haas car. An easy move for Ollie, who takes second place and 1 place higher on that podium step. Sends it up the inside Milan to fight back, but not enough, and has to drop back, and actually through that loses even more time. Yep, Ched, good to see you, mate. I did see that, and I will be doing just that. Thanks for letting me know anyway. You're welcome. Bots are paying the ass. Have a nice race. Yes, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining as well. It's good to see you. I appreciate you being in here for the JCC Network. Of course, the final round, ladies and gentlemen, of the Bravo Racing season. 10 rounds we've had, including this one here in Abu Dhabi on the 25th lap now of 29. And Jürgen, the man in front, on the medium compound tyres. And I mean, look at the gap, 12 seconds. It is just unbeatable, absolutely unbeatable. He's so fast. As R10 retiring from the session and leaving the session too. 3 laps remaining then. Jürgen heading round, starting lap 26 then at the moment. Into the final corner goes Milan. Ollie and Chazov making their way round as well, starting their 26th lap of this Grand Prix. But it's been a very nice race so far. We've got Shaggy and Jamie B heading their way round then to start their laps for the 27th lap around. They're still battling it through then round the final few corners. Oh, getting closer there to the Ferrari, into the final corner, getting ever closer as Shaggy, trying to catch up on the Ferrari of Jamie B, the world champion this season, of course, coming here to Abu Dhabi as the world champion. Jürgen then ahead by 15 seconds nearly, if he can continue this up, and I'm sure he will get to 15 seconds heading round now. Look at the gap he's gaining every corner. It is mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. He's on a completely different level. Running away with this race at the moment. 15 seconds the gap, and he's going to finish it much quicker than everybody else. Milan in second place then. Ollie and Shazza coming in third and fourth. Shaggy and Jamie B finally swap positions. Shaggy does find P6 for a moment. Locks up into the left-hander. He is going to hold it for now, though, as the Ferrari tries to fight back on him. Isn't able to get ahead just yet, but the back straight is coming up in a moment. Getting closer, the V-car pushes up the inside as Jamie B finds a line through the outside. He gets into 6th position and gets through in the Ferrari. Absolutely brilliant move. But is he going to get fought back here on Shaggy, who's going to try once again? He sends the car up the inside line and forces the Ferrari to be careful there. Wow, battles all over the shop. The Racing Bull gets ahead of Jamie B again. But how many times we're going to see this before race end, and which driver is going to be the man in front? Lap 27 then has begun. Round the outside there goes Shaggy on a Ferrari of Wesley, and Wesley passes his teammate as they all head through and down the back straight then. In a few moments' time, a lot of the drivers have already made their way down the back straight, one of them being Jürgen, who is now 17 seconds ahead of the pack. Jamie and Shaggy now looking for a move here. Jamie using some ERS there clearly and DRS to get himself ahead. You can see the extra power they've got outputted to the car there, and absolutely flying in front, really flying in front there due to that. And Shaggy breaks a bit late there, heading deep into the left-hander, bit wobbly on the exit there, which is going to destroy his chances of getting back ahead at the end of this race. Oh, move here then for Ollie up the inside of Milan. This is looking exciting at the end of the race. Chaz has finally been able to gain, and now he's up the inside line of the Haas car as well. Side-by-side lines going here. Racing Bull of Chazza gets ahead into third. Milan then is going to drop down to 4. He's just had an absolute shocker as Milan. You can see the mediums on the front right there blistering up as well. Really blistering up then on that car, and they must be getting pretty old. We're going to check on the tyre life there. Milan, yeah, 13 lap old mediums. That is exactly why they're blistering up there on the front rights here. as he heads all the way down and into the left-hander with Jürgen then, ladies and gentlemen, who is just incredible. 18.7 seconds now, nearly 19. I think he's going to win this race by 20 seconds as it stands. He's going to head round now then and start the final lap in a few moments' time. As lap 29 begins then, ladies and gentlemen, the final lap of the race is finally here, and the gap is 19.2 between P1 and P2. There's Ollie second place, Chazza in third, Milan in four, who has dropped back quite a bit then recently, unfortunately as well, because he was doing really well. But he has dropped back quite a bit, which is such a shame to see. Two-stop strategies clearly dominant over the one-stop here today. Then you can see a lot of the two-stoppers ahead of the one-stops today. And position changes. The top three are in the exact same places where they started in this race. Their qualifying places are the exact same. Jamie B then 5 places up from where he started, of course starting at the back of the grid in the World Champion too, so I would expect that or even more from the World Champion, but today unfortunately hasn't been able to make his way through the order you know, any more than that. But all eyes then to Jürgen in the Alpine, who has driven such a brilliant race. He really, really has. I've never actually seen anything like this. Really good stuff. And 19.3 seconds of a gap that he's managed to accumulate in only, I'd say, 5 laps. I think 5 laps, was it? I mean, it's incredible. 5 laps then. He's managed to accumulate that kind of gap. This kind of class is absolutely incredible then from Jürgen, who rounds the final corner here in Abu Dhabi and crosses the line to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the final round of the season. An incredible drive from the Alpine. He allows him the race win by 19.5 seconds to Ollie in second place, who's going to come round the final corner, and Chazza comes round too. Ollie will cross the line to take second place here in Abu Dhabi. Chazza over the line to take the final spot on the podium. Great race from everybody involved, but Jürgen up at the front then wins by 19.2 seconds on the final round. Incredible stuff. Milan then crosses the line in P4. Kimi will make his way round in 5th position. Somebody's round. Jamie B spun around at the end then, down to P7 as Shaggy will cross the line in 6th. Jamie B unfortunately losing many places, crossing the line in 7th position at the moment. Here he goes then over the line. 6th, gets ahead of Shaggy there. Shaggy drops down on penalties to 8. Gavin 7. And that is it for your race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race it was, and I'm hoping you enjoyed the commentary tonight. It must be a bit of a different one for you, of course. I've not commentated here before, but hopefully that was okay for you. And hopefully it was enjoyable. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Finish the results for the race here tonight in Abu Dhabi. It is Jürgen taking the win by a massive, massive gap. And the fastest lap too. Maximum points on the final round of the season for him. Ollie takes in second place, with Chazza in third. 4 Milan, 5 Kimi, 6 Jamie B, 7 is Gav, 8 Shaggy, 9 David, and 10 is Wesley. 11 Adam Foran, who did retire. So only 10 people finished today. Thanks very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've enjoyed your season here in Bravo Racing. This is it, of course, for the season. Not entirely sure when you're going to be restarting, but it was good fun to commentate your final round, and hopefully I'll be back at some point in the near future. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll catch you all whenever I am live with you guys again. See you later.